That guy his dad is Sabonis from back in the day, right? The
Yeah, Arvidas.
Arvydas Sabonis. You could just tell his dad, worked with him and stuff like that because it's just he's brimming with confidence when he gets the ball, and
He's got so many tools.
That's why I'll talk shit about Ayton because, oh man, I don't even know what to start with Ayton. Because
can we start with him getting that pass about 12 feet from the rim? And he gets ready to take flight.
Oh, Jesus.
And he puts a power dribble. And I'm thinking,
I was like, what's going to happen?
Right?
Here's this Amari Stoudemire style dunk that's coming, right?
I'm thinking, here comes the first Amari style dunk of his career. And it's going to be on Turner.
Jesus.
Then he gets sent back.
Huh?
No, it didn't even get sent back. He just stopped in midair.
Okay, he got scared is what happened.
He got mid-flight. He thought he was dragging Bender and that he better cover up his body. And his whole body got rejected as if his whole body was the ball. He just sent him flying. And the ref was like, you know what? I'm not calling a foul on that shit. You just got your whole body sent away, bro. Like, get out of here.
So
that is Ayton in a nutshell. So anybody, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, that's the exact reason why we're mad because like people like Ayton's world jump into my combos because Kiz was tweeting about it, and I get it. You guys want to defend people based off of their stats, but there's a thing called the eye test, okay? Because if you play basketball or you've coached it, there's certain stat stuffers out there. They get their numbers, but if you asked a coach if you want them on their team, they're going to say no. Because they don't pass the eye test. If you've ever heard that, Coach B, right?
Yeah.
Coach Evan B. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
He doesn't pass the eye test, but you look at his fucking stats, he's filling it up every night. And it's like, well, I'll go with the guy that passes the eye test for me, I'll go with the guy that I can go off my gut and know that he's doing it. So yeah, did Ayton fill up the stats tonight? I mean, not like a world beater, but you know what the number one teller sign for me is? The dude hasn't played a fourth quarter in an entire month of March. I know it's only 4 games, but if this guy is so important to your team, why the fuck isn't he playing in the fourth quarters?
That's where I wanted to go with this, Salt and Coach and chat. Is something going on bigger than these are just chess moves by Monty in the fourth quarter? He's this entire month, you can see that he's in the doghouse with Monty. It's like, I'm gonna play you, but if you're not giving me what I need to see, I'm just gonna put Sarich in because I can actually trust him. I have a clip that I want to play for you guys. We'll probably play it later. It's a little surprise. You guys don't even know it's coming. I'm gonna play a clip for you guys. And part of it is somebody in the media saying the Suns might need to seriously put it out there that, hey, Ayton is available.
Do it.
What could you give us for him? What do you guys think about that? And in the chat, let us know.
Well, did you see that Bleacher Report article about like the Suns needing a big man and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like they need to go after one.
But I felt like they were phrasing it as a backup big man or a second big.
I don't know, man. I think
they were.
I think that because we talked to the dudes over there on the Portland podcast. Sorry, their names. I didn't memorize their names, but we asked them straight up, "Hey, what do you think of DeAndre Ayton?"
I don't know a lot about him. I don't see anything about him.
It's like people just don't give a fuck about this dude, and like outside the Suns fandom that are holding on to the fact that he got drafted number 1. No one cares.
I mean, Charles is here saying Ayton is a future all-star, and we all know it. Do we?
No.
So
how do you know what he's going to do next game?
So how did DeAndre Ayton get his points tonight?
Lobs.
All right. It was putbacks mainly.
Putbacks and lobs, and he had one turnaround.
He had that one good dribble move where he went behind his back and then went up for it. But it's like with every good move, he has about like 4 or 5 moves that makes you want to pull your fucking hair out, dude.
So can I just say, so Burner, he's saying DA is streaky right now. I don't know what he would fetch. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what Spurs fan Gary and I were talking about on the phone yesterday. He was telling me straight up, like, look, and this is somebody who bets on the Suns. He watches every Suns game. He knows what's going on, and he's not tied to the draft pick the way we are. And what he's saying to me is you guys have to just accept Ayton for who he is and stop expecting, because basically he has a bad game and it's like, oh my God, this dude's a bum, get him off the team. And then he has a good game and it's like, oh my gosh, maybe he's going to become what we thought. Maybe he is going to reach his potential. This is him. So that's a question I wanted to ask the chat also. And I wanted to ask you two. Is there still time for Ayton to reach the potential we saw, or are we seeing him at his ceiling already? Or is there time or not?
No, he's 22. He can absolutely come back. There's no reason to think why he couldn't, right?
He can improve, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Okay, so let me just go with that. That's the answer I was expecting you to say, right? Mm-hmm. So, Spurs fan Gary's point in that is, there is going to be and what I'm saying to you, Burner, you're saying, what would he fetch? There are going to be GMs and coaches who are arrogant enough and sure of themselves enough, then they'll say, if I had DeAndre Ayton, I could teach this dude to do what I want him to do.
Right.
There is going to be someone out there with that attitude. So, I mean, I'm just at the point where I think we're seeing Ayton's
ceiling?
I don't want to believe it. But I think his ceiling is still like he's good and bad and good and bad.
Yeah, look, we gotta look at what the players are doing on the court with him. There was 3 or 4 times within the first half where they were looking to Ayton like, dude, where were you? In help defense, and it wasn't there. You got to look at those things and not so much what he's doing when he gets the ball or whatever. I'm looking the reaction of everything. And then he was out of position. Then the very next time down the court, he got an offensive rebound for a putback slam. Okay. When he went back to the bench after that, his head was down and he gave high fives like this. He's just like, yeah. Those things are so important in the type of person that you want to go to battle with in basketball and in the playoffs. Those types of things. You know what I mean? It's not like he came back with a fierce attitude and said, no, I'm going to show you guys and I'm going to have a bitchin' game. He did one good play. Then he goes, those are the types of things we got to look at, man. He's 22. We don't know what kind of work ethic he has, and only they know. So if they move on from him, it'll be because of the work ethic and things of that nature. Does that make sense?
It does.
I have a sneaky suspicion that James Jones is just he's gonna unload this guy when the right deal comes along, dude.
It wasn't his pick, bro. It wasn't his pick. Nope. He wants to build his own roster too.
That's a great point. Can I take this from Burner account? So he's saying it would be such a Suns move to trade DA, and he gets better another team. So listen, we have Chris Paul and we have a 2-year window. Does anyone think that we have more than 2 years? I could see 3 at the tippy top. Okay, so this is a situation in which we need to act now. We went and got a franchise quarterback. He has a couple of great years left. We can't waste this time if we want a championship. We're not even usually in the headspace of thinking about championships.
Right.
Do you say, I believe in CP3, Book, and everyone else, and if I can, it's time to make a splashy move, something that's risky but high reward for a title in the next 2 years. Y'all think I'm joking? We could be the Raptors in the next 3 years, grabbing our first title. It's there for the taking. LeBron is becoming an old man.
Well, you got the debts to deal with and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. So that's what that was. We're not going to get off on the football topic, but that's what I was saying with the Cardinals making a move for JJ Watt. It proves that they're taking a risk. They're going for it. They're not holding, pat on resting on their laurels per se or whatever. So what you're saying is true. So DeAndre Ayton could get better with time, and he probably will. But will he be good enough for you to win a title next year, or whatever your window is, because that's what your window is? Then you got to figure out, after Chris Paul leaves, who's going to be your point guard after that point, and is Devin Booker going to want to stick around? Is with the players that you have right now, you have to pay people. Who's going to it's not all cut and dry.